Tonight, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is accusing Democrats of hiding a lot of spending in President Biden's Build Back Better plan. It's also cautioning lawmakers against voting on the package without knowing its true cost. In a letter sent to every member of Congress, the chamber said, "We have the highest inflation in 31 years. Employers are struggling to fill a record number of job openings, and the current draft of the reconciliation bill uses gimmicks to cover up well over $1 trillion in spending. It would be the height of irresponsibility for members of Congress to vote on this multi-trillion-dollar tax and spend bill with no clear understanding of its true cost or the real-world impact of the policies." I want to bring in now former Democratic State Representative for Georgia, Dee Dawkins-Hagler, and senior political analyst for the Independent Women's Forum, Carrie Sheffield. Great to have you both. Been a while since we've seen you, Dee. It's good to have you back. Are you worried that things like this and Joe Manchin's concern about inflation, does this give lawmakers pause, and is this plan in trouble?
Well, first of all, it's good to be back. And I don't think that the plan is in trouble. I just think that we need to be able to explain it better. Inflation is expected. We have to understand that we've never been in a pandemic, and so things have really changed. And so as a result, we are looking at inflation. However, I think that the Democratic Party has to get on top of their messaging to make sure that the American people understand what's going on, as well as many members in Congress. Believe it or not, some people actually do not read the bills that are in front of them.
Yeah. Carrie, the president is trying to describe it and explain it. He said in a statement today, 17 Nobel Prize winners in economics have said that my plan will ease inflationary pressures. This is why progressives wanted these two packages tied together. I can sort of feel the leverage that they had slipping away. Does it seem that way to you? Because Congressman Tom Reed told us last week he's a hard no. What's the fate of this bill, you think?
I think it is a hard no. Look, you can put lipstick on a pig, but at the end of the day, it's still a pig. You could try to package up this and put a bow on it however you want for the holidays, but it's still a package that is dangerous, and it's going to hurt the American people. Look, one of the big factors for inflation, one of the top costs, is energy. And what is Biden doing to help increase the domestic energy supply? Oh, let's think about it. He's canceling the Keystone Pipeline. He's not allowing drilling on, land leases for federal land. I mean, he's doing everything he can to hurt the American consumer and increase gas prices. That's one of the top problems with inflation, why people are feeling the pinch. And so Senator Manchin is absolutely right about this specific bill. He said that this, with the inflation, at this point, it is not temporary. We need to just hold your horses. Let's wait and see. But there was a really good estimate, though, as to the cost from the University of Pennsylvania, Wharton, and they estimated that once you exclude all the gimmicks, it was a good word, gimmicks, that the Chamber of Commerce said, exclude the gimmicks, it's actually a $4 trillion price tag. We don't need this with inflation right now.
Dee, it seems like you got a lot of headwinds on this. How do you overcome it despite the messaging? Do you think you have the votes?
Well, first of all, I do think he's going to have the votes, because look at it. If we do nothing, we'll be in a worse situation than we are right now. And let's just be honest. The Keystone Pipeline, we had issues with that even when Barack Obama was president. And we saw one of the greatest economies that we have ever had in the United States that trickled over into the Trump presidency. So let's use honest statistics when we're having dialogue right now. So let's just talk about this. Yes, energy prices are high, but let's just look at it across the world, across the globe. People are suffering. Inflation is high, and we are all upside down, all because of a global pandemic. You know, usually you have inflation, but you don't have it coupled with being crippled coming out of a pandemic.
Well, we'll see, because as you said, there is certainly the argument being made that this will help. Carrie, I want to get you on one more thing. Meantime, we're talking about the infrastructure bill, which 13 Republicans voted for, and now former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows says those 13 who voted for it should lose their committee assignments. What happened to the bipartisan infrastructure bill?
Well, there are also 6 Democrats who voted against it as well, so there was bipartisan objection to this bill as well. The bill had such a tiny, tiny little portion that actually had infrastructure, and so that's why a lot of people were upset, because there's more pork than actual substance, more fat than actual meat. And so we opposed the bill at the Independent Women's Forum because we said that this is, again, going to cause more inflation. It's going to put more debt on the future generations, and it's kicking the can down the road. Our debt to GDP ratio is of 125%. That is an astronomical. We're approaching $30 trillion in U.S. debt. I mean, my generation, our children's generations, this is going to be on their backs. This is irresponsible. And so I totally understand where he's coming from.
All right, Dee Dawkins-Hagler and Carrie Sheffield, great to have you. Thanks for coming by. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.